Wife, F37, leans toward having no children. My wife and I have been talking about kids throughout our 3.5 years of marriage. It started as both being unsure about kids, but leaning towards yes or no from both us. This was merely talking stage because both of us were alternating jobs since the pandemic. We looked into adoption but decided against it since it costs so much money. Last year, my wife started having a lot of pain due to endometriosis, with no help from the healthcare systems that continued to tell her it was something food-related, but I digress. Earlier this year, we had a talk about if we wanted kids, and we both agreed to talk more about it and think about what would pregnancy entail due to this condition. In addition to thinking about what we want out of our lives, we had a deadline by the end of the summer to make a decision because we want to buy a house near or in a city. Okay, I kind of logic out the timeline and potential journey of having a baby. Some part of me would love to have a child and experience being a dad, but I have to think about my wife and what she would go through. Surgery for the endometriosis before even starting to have a kid, and with our age, that being an uphill battle. I don't think I want to go through that emotional journey to start having a child. My wife also had the same thoughts about that as well. Yesterday, she was lamenting about one of her friends buying a house far away from us and how much she'll miss her. She said that we might not see her friend as much due to her wanting to have a kid as fast as possible. That was when she asked me if I had any thoughts about us having children again. I said, yeah, I don't think we are going to have kids. And she asked me if that was okay, and I said, yeah, it is, but I want to be honest, whenever I see a person with their baby, a part of me wonders if I'm missing out, and I get a little emotional. That was when the conversation turned for the worse. She said that we wanted different things, that I do want to be a dad. I expect her to birth babies. I responded, I'm not saying any of those things. I just said I get a little emotional whenever I see a person with their baby. I then told her, I came to this decision because I'm not blind. It's harder to have a baby our age with the added surgery. She responded, but if I didn't have endometriosis and decided I didn't want to have a kid, you would leave me? I responded, I don't know how to answer that. It's hypothetical. It seems you've made up your mind about this. Why does it matter if we came to the same conclusion then? She said, it matters because I don't want you to have any doubts or be in the way of being a parent if that's your life fulfillment. It seems that she wants me to feel the exact same way about kids that she does. I don't understand why me being a little thoughtful about what could have been is so detrimental about choosing to have a kid. If she didn't have endometriosis and we were younger to have a kid, then would I want one? Yeah, probably. But that's not where I am in life right now. Because of this conversation, she doubts that we would stay married because she's convinced that we want different things. She's half convinced that we will divorce, which seem insane to me. Do I lie to her about this? Should I tell her, hey, guess what? I don't want to have kids, and keep any feelings to myself? Her threatening divorce over this now makes me wonder about our relationship. Now to the next story, story 2. No intimacy. Married almost 2 years. I know this is going to sound crazy when I explain this, but I am being 100% honest. I have been experiencing a total absence of romantic, intimacy, and deep connection with my husband. I am 28F and he's a 27M. We have been together for a total of almost 4 years. This began around 6 months of being together, and when I asked him as to why this is happening, it depends on the time. Once because he had quit participating in smoking, union job, second was because I was mouthing, and third was no reason. Just an apology. I probably bring up this question every 6 to 9 months because it just doesn't make sense to me, and it really hurts me. I find myself to be attractive and desirable. I have a positive attitude and I work hard. I do all the initiating now, sadly. He is as vanilla as it gets, which is okay. I've tried exploring deeper, and he's just so unserious he can't get with it, which is okay too. We may have sex once a month, but I have to ask for it many days in a row to get it once. Since the 6-month mark, he no longer takes photos with me or of me. He doesn't compliment me or say nice things to me in person or via text. I do not get gifts or flowers. I do all the cleaning and cooking while also working 40 hours a week. Now I will say he does show he's married to me publicly on social media and his cover photo is from our wedding. I can't find any evidence myself of cheating. Now when we do become intimate, it's for a total of 2 to 4 minutes. Again, please know I am not exaggerating. I've expressed to him what I like, and I'm not asking for a corn star time, but I'd rather not be spit-started for the rest of my life. We do not kiss. Foreplay is entirely absent when it comes to getting me started. I really enjoy foreplay, but it comes at a cost of taking away from the 2 to 4 minute limit I get. I have had less than a dozen orgasms with him in these past 4 years. I've tried telling him that I didn't get there, and he just doesn't care. As long as he has finished, it does not matter if I have not. I even bought a toy to finish myself off afterwards. I've asked to go to couples therapy to figure out what's going on. He thinks that's a joke. His exact words are he doesn't see any problems. He's still attracted to me. He loves me. I try to have a serious heart-to-heart conversation about how this makes me feel and that it really hurts my feelings to be treated this way, but he just says he is sorry. My past relationships all had a very healthy sex life, and it was always beneficial to both parties. This one is unlike anything I've ever experienced, and I know this can happen once you've been together for so long. But this soon? This can't be normal though, right? We are still young. It can't be normal that my husband does not desire me or show me love in any of the love languages, right? I've considered divorce. I've been told marriages are like pancakes, and you sometimes just gotta throw the first one out. Any insight or advice would be greatly appreciated.